Okay, we have another game now from Jake. Here, there's stonemason, there's lackeys, there's village, there's bridge. There isn't much in terms of thinning. There's mostly just loan, but you can get a loan. There's expedition to draw more. There's outpost for extra turns, but like you're gonna get a ton of lackeys because you're gonna stonemason overpay for them, and then the stonemasons and the lackeys are gone, and with some village, a little bit of village and some bridges, uh, like the game can end very quickly. So I do really like the bridge opening, and I think I would go bridge alone probably. I might still get gardens close to the end of the game as a way to score points because you need a way to score points. Now I would strongly think about expedition. Let's think about what else you have in your deck. Well, you're going to trigger a shuffle if you expedition because the loan is gonna come through and trash something. So that's something to keep in mind. So you might get something else. You could get like a sage, which is going to help you find your bridge more often. Yeah, in this case, I mean, a single bridge is really good with stonemason in the overpays. I think you still got to play this in trash. Now you're going to have a pretty bad next turn, but like stonemason overpay for lackeys plus stonemason overpay for bridges, something like that. The game is going to end really, really, really fast. Just a bridge and not overpay for bridges? Not sure about that. Two villages from the opponent. Interesting. Not sure that that's better than just getting the lackeys. I, at this point, as Jake, though, would probably get the village. Also, not 100% sure how much better stonemasoning for lackeys is compared to just buying a lackeys is. I mean, it's fine. A village and two lackeys. He skipped a village and two lackeys, or she, or whatever pronoun. Got to start getting in the probably the they camp when you don't know the person, right? So like here, I'd probably go just lackeys plus bridge. Maybe lackeys and expedition. Ripperoo. Um, this is a lot of villages that they have, given that they have so many villagers already, and yeah, and not that many terminals. So I think they're kind of over villaged. I'm actually not that keen on outpost here, probably. This is a lot of lackeys for the opponent. We certainly play the lackeys here. You certainly play the bridge. You certainly play the loan. That's a good loan. So now you probably want the last couple of lackeys and just buy a bridge. Gotta think, who has the two bridges here? I think it's Jake. At which point I don't want too many more, but I would still like a third, I think. You do have to really watch that this game is ending very quickly. It might even already be time for gardens. Stonemason overpay for village, stonemason overpay for village. Oh no, this is pretty bad from Jake. Stonemason overpay for village, stonemason overpay for village, or stonemason overpay for village, buy village, stonemason overpay for stonemasons can end the game right now if there's enough money. Well, there's not enough buys. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. So this should probably be like duchy. Although playing a stonemason can also end the game. Yeah, I really don't like the overpaying for the village's last turn from Jake. There's an estate. Yeah, the estate is probably pretty important because the points are pretty important. Obviously, keep. Okay, now stop and think. If you stonemason the loan, you stonemason the bridge, no. You play the bridge, you have how much money? It, well, I don't think Jake can win this turn, right? Bridge, it gets you to 4 money and 2 buys. You could overpay for villages and then buy. Yeah, that's not a win here. So, given that, you should probably just score as much as you can, which is bridge. You don't play the stonemason. You have 3, 4 money, and you just buy a duchy. One, two. Duchy might not be better than gardens plus estate, though. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20. So gardens plus estate is as many points as duchy, but obviously it's 2 extra cards in your deck. You could also stonemason the loan for 2 estates, play bridge, buy 2 estates, and that's worth more points, but that's. Yes, he could stonemason his loan into double stonemason, and then stonemason for 2 villages, leaving 1 village left, and then buy an estate, and that seems really, really bad. The other thing you could do is just hope that there isn't a win from his opponent, which I think is actually unlikely for there to be a win from his opponent. Opponent played 3 lackeys. I mean, the way you score the most points this turn is to stonemason loan into estates and then buy 2 estates, but I don't think that's a very good way to try to win the game. You could do this and then just expedition here, though. Oh my goodness! This seems incredibly stupid. And he's just said, oops. Did he think he had a win there? Now he's very likely to lose. Well, I mean, it's not that clear because the opponent still needs to get to like a bridge, which is not the most clear. What is. Can't see what's getting stonemasoned because the log is scrolled up and it. Okay. Yeah, I don't think he was losing either way. I think he had. He certainly had ways to not lose there.